Hi, welcome to COMM2025. You're looking at a version of my section 069 from fall 2026. Your page will look quite similar and be laid out the same. So let's navigate through this. If you're on a computer or maybe even an iPad, you'll see the left-hand side of the page and the right-hand side of the page. If you're on a mobile responsive device, if you're on your phone, the right-hand side of the page will be below the news. The first thing that you're going to see is a news on the left-hand side here when you're on the home page. And it's important that every college student watches the entire video I put in news. Some are a little longer, some are a little shorter. The very first news also gives you some essential understanding of college terms and for you where you can find it. The first one is syllabus. It tells you what it is and how you can navigate to get there. It says navigate content, then go to the Start Here module, and then go to the syllabus. You do that by hitting these top nav bars. You're going to see content, links. That's optional. That's just a lot of curated information. You don't have to go there. But if you're interested in something specific and maybe something we don't cover, links is your category. And when you click it, you will see numerous categories and in each of them, curated digital resources. Communication you'll be using with your class list, our discussion boards. This is one way to navigate. Go to the main nav bar at homepage and go to that class email. This is momentum email. You know, of course, I hope you've heard, there are two emails in college. You'll go to your RadarNet Outlook email to get every institutional thing, but to deal with your classes, you're going to use the email for me that's in Momentum. I have a preference. Your other teachers may say something different. You have to look at the syllabus to find out. Groups is for asynchronous classes. Asynchronous means they don't meet at the same time. They're fully online unless they pop into Zoom to see me. Assessments is another nav bar, and I do keep attendance for my in-person classes, but you'll be using Dropbox to submit work. You can check your grades, and that's important because I tend to add feedback about the assignment and extend the messages in that feedback. So assessment to grades, and then if there's any comment boxes that are not open, open them. We'll have 3 quizzes this term. They're all very formative. That means that you can take them up to 3 times. The highest score will stand. It is not a gotcha. It is a let's learn. We'll have 1 survey. And some people may find it of interest to go to their class progress. I don't use these bongos. I don't use this My Tools on the student page. Let's keep looking at the accordion and then we'll go into content. So we know what the syllabus is and how to find it. We'll have a calendar with all your due dates. Those are key due dates, and we'll have that same link on a number of the pages that you'll see. Another place to find it is below these virtual office. It's not the hours for this middle college group. You'll have maybe, if you're asynchronous, you'll have those actual days and hours, but it has the calendar link looking like this, but it'll be your link, right? I don't use the syllabus as a place to say in week 1 or day 2, I want you to read this, take this test, and do this little project. I don't tend to do that. I use a course outline, and each day of the week, if you are a daily, 2 times a week we meet, or each week for the asynchronous classes, you're going to see a page for each day or each week. And it is going to list the tasks you need and also have direct links. And you can see how to navigate that, but we'll be showing you that in a moment. Base groups are for asynchronous classes, and I don't tend to write this for everybody, but middle college is a preterm express class. This is their first college class, and they're like dual enrollment, but they're full-time college and full-time high school, their junior year in high school, freshman year at Rome State. So middle college, I wrote a little note. By the way, you are not asynchronous, you are synchronous. Office hours is something that smart college students use. You connect with your professor. Every professor and instructor should have a faculty locator. My faculty locator is at the bottom of our syllabus. One of the hardest things about college is learning to plan your learning schedule to go along with your life schedule, your career schedule, your family schedule, your activity schedule. Time management's a big deal. So if you look at the course outline page and the calendar links, you're going to have your course outline hub, that's going to have all the days mentioned, and the calendar link, you can figure out what tasks are going to be key that are due when, and that can help you with your time management. Put these things in a digital or print calendar, whatever you prefer. You're going to be able to see what's due when and prep for it. And the video we're making right now will be put in here. Additionally, there's a very long fundamentals of communication that shows some theory and models. It'll be a long video with videos embedded in it, and that's optional. I do ask that all students reach me in Momentum email, and as a good communicative practice, put your section as well as what the email's about. That's a really important skill. Remember, you're not alone. There are a lot of helpers, and you can read that call out box. And if you are interested, this class is available for an honors project. Just reach out and I'd be happy to show you through that. Let's look at the right-hand side of the page. I mentioned exactly what a faculty locator is, talk about virtual office hours. Now, I won't have this for my preterm, but my other classes will probably see the days. I'll have a morning session and an afternoons or an evening session when I am online and I am working, and if someone pops in, we can chat. Additionally, you can find a mutually beneficial time and we can make an appointment. I'm pretty responsive to Momentum emails, so if that works for you, let's do that. After the office hours and the virtual office hours, here's a reminder, this is that calendar I showed you. And you're going to get some notifications. As a fake student, it says you haven't taken these 3 quizzes. If you have a discussion board notification, a Dropbox notification, whatever, you'll have notifications here. Throughout this term, I can show you how to clear the clutter of these notifications. I have my profile, and again, the office hour mentioned discussion, but I wanted to show you this. The library, the Learning Center, and an online 24/7 tutor is available to you with these live widgets that smart students use the Learning Center tutors. Again, 24/7. That's a BrainFuse online tutoring that your tuition pays for. Now, I said we were going to go to content because I want to show you some key ways to navigate. This summer, Roane State moved into a slightly different look. They call it New Content Experience, NCE. And my class looks a little bit different than other classes. Other classes might have start here and then they have week 1, week 2, week 3, or module on this topic, module on that topic. I have the opportunity here for you to navigate. Online learning can be much more than just that sequential, and I'm happy to guide you through what I feel is a little more authentic web searching. We're going to learn to navigate, maybe find your favorite path to get things done, and understand that there's some things to ignore, right? Because there's a lot of ways to get there. I said let's go to the syllabus, so start here, and you can click the arrow or you can click over here. The New Content Experience often has an extra page before the actual document. So with Claude this summer, I have updated my format, made it a little more consistent in style, and I'd love for you to let me know if any links are giving you troubles. There are 2 ways to navigate with this new format. This bar will always stay open, this left bar, so you can navigate by clicking on the box that you want. In this case, here is your syllabus. Or if I started here, I can use this right arrow, and by clicking it, it goes to the next page. You find the way that you prefer. Here are some optional things, college tips about helpers and habits. When you open it, you'll see there's the actual page of tips, and then base groups, okay? You can see that this title kind of reminds you of some of the things that are in here. The key thing I want to show you are the course outline, the expository links resources. That's all the content and information and links for our researched speeches that we'll complete after some stories. The frequently asked question. The hub pages are the opening page that has quick links to all the many internal things. And you can see that we have bonus points for extended learning. I give them out like Mardi Gras beads, or if you're from Florida, Gasparilla beads, because you're going to send a very effective email at the end of term for your bonus distribution. This admin has a lot of the documents that these things will link into, and the activities like those crosswords and interactive things, or pages and worksheets and resources. Oh my. You don't ever have to go here, but if you wanted to, you could click that and look. Let's start with course outline. The first page, you noticed something opened up over here when I clicked it. These are all the days that the middle college students will have class. They'll be going for long full days, 12 days in a row, but they have all these days. Your class may be 15 weeks, 2 days a week. So I put things in what they call phases. And so they're kind of grouped with the category of activities. Let's go to look at this. These are quick links. This is a hub for the course outline. And I could get to day one by clicking this, and it'll go right into the document. I can get to day one by clicking this, and it will open the page as well. All right, here's one of our pages for middle college. It's going to give you some opportunity to jump down and check out the purpose, competencies, learning outcomes, skills, and then these two. Some people may want to skip this accordion telling you what the purpose is. You may want to skip the core competencies that Tennessee Board of Regents says, hey, these activities cover communication, critical thinking, right? May want to skip that, or you may be interested. What learning outcomes, based on the tasks that are listed on this page, what are our learning outcomes? And what specific skills will we cover? Again, you could just go, I want to get right down to tasks, or I want to get right down to bonus, or you can scroll, find the method that works for you. Again, I mentioned the activities, and there'll be links sometimes here. Here's the syllabus quiz video. And then here is how to navigate. You can do that. Go up to assessment, pull down to quizzes, go to this quiz, or you can link to it. The day one survey, week one survey, you take a particular speech anxiety assessment tool and you can open the survey. You then go into navigate week one survey, assessments, survey, here it is, and then go to the week one survey and answer those questions. You can see that each activity may have some things to open, to watch, see a resource, and that's how you navigate. Here are the optional bonus for day one for these middle college students, and you'll likely have the same kinds of opportunities for bonus. So that's how we navigate, left bar or right arrow. And of course, you can go back arrow too. Another thing that I mentioned is kind of a big deal to point out is all those resources for our researched speeches. I specifically call it expository, even though persuasive is often not considered in that. The root of expository is to expose. And if you stretch that, that's going to work. Expository, oh, we did click on it. Here are the opportunities on the left. Each of these is a page of some sort. And these ones that have the asterisks, new support tools, like all the different kinds of evidence you can use to support your ethos, pathos, logos, pathos if you prefer, or how to plan and say your verbal citations has a little asterisk there. Those are important pages when we get to our researched speeches. The hub page, where we landed here, will tell you, oh, you can get to oh, I better check that out. That's supposed to say expository links resource. Remember, if you see something that's confusing, let me know because revision is not a four-letter word. I would like to get your feedback and fix things. And I hope you'll be practicing good feedback too. So for expository links resources, you can go right to that page about good sources, or you can read a little bit about it and open that page directly. That's how this accordion works. Finally, the one I wanted to show you last was frequently asked questions. Sincerely, I get a lot of questions about a variety of these topics. How about AI use in comm? There are ways to ethically, responsibly use it to help you. So look at my syllabus on that policy and watch this, read this. Here's all about different speeches. And here's that honors project and editing. They'll give you some information. Again, you can open this and it goes right into the page. And this is that achievement guide. I worked with a student that needed to get a reference, and I was referring him for the President's Award. There was money attached to that honor. And as I was saying, okay, now send me information about this, this, and that. And he immediately responded with great content, very specific content. He'd been keeping a list. I went to Claude and I made an achievement guide. I guess I'm on it. So let's right arrow. If something doesn't work, try the next path. There it is. This one is fillable and you can keep a running record of your achievements. Again, this is in FAQ, frequently asked questions, and you can download it. So if you see something that looks like that, you're downloading this and keeping that Word doc updated with your stuff. I can get back to the hub page for frequently asked questions, and I can get back to home. That's the down and dirty, a quick look at our momentum. I look forward to facilitating your journey.